What's up, guys? Acton Bacon here. Welcome back to more Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. In the last episode, we got started, took on our first race, our first interception, and got to drive a fancy Lamborghini. In this episode, we're going to be starting with our first offense. We have that new Mazda RX-8 we unlocked in the last episode. I'm going to paint it a shiny red. Taurian red, I think I said there. Once again, sorry for if I sound a bit different. As I said in the last episode, I'm still getting over being sick. This is being recorded on the same day as the last episode, basically right after it, so yeah. Getting into our first... Good job there, Blue Boy! The cops haven't even entered and you're already in last place. You're already getting hit. Right. You have that cop radar at the top, which is showing when police will be coming into play. As you can see, much like the interceptor mission last time, you smash into them and they too have health bars. Now, one thing that's interesting, I'm going to try to show it off when I get a chance, is, wow, what is with cars just hitting random traffic in this level? Anyway, so if you do enough damage to them, you can, if you do enough damage to the cops, you can destroy them. But what's interesting is also, only in these missions, you can actually take down your fellow drivers as well. They don't have, they don't have noticeable health bars, but if you hit them hard enough, you will still take them down. It doesn't remove them from the race permanently, but it certainly puts them behind a bit. It's more played up as a joke than anything serious. But speaking of health bars, on the right of the speedometer there is our own health bar. It will show as you're taking damage, and once that gets low enough, you can be wrecked, which will cause you to lose the mission. So you definitely need to keep an eye on that. And driving aggressively isn't always the best way to go. In one thing that you can't really forget in these hot pursuit events is it is still a race. Despite how much it plays up the cops, your actual goal is simply, just like in a race, come in first. So if you can avoid the cops more than aggressively fighting them, you're more likely to make it to the finish line in one piece. That being said, if you have a golden opportunity to get a good hit, go ahead. You'll get some decent bounty for it. You can actually turn your headlights on and off. Okay then. You can actually turn your headlights on and off with the circle button. So yeah. And there's an example of a takedown. Like I said, that really doesn't help. You don't gain bounty for it. It doesn't remove them from the race permanently, so there really isn't anything to actually be gained from doing that, but it's still fun. It can certainly help you put some distance between you and your opponent, though. Well, that put me into the angle I wanted. 1 kilometer to the finish line. The end is in sight. Slip by the edge there. And we've finished our first defense with style. Get 2 new awards. Got a new car, a Dodge Charger SRT 8. And another new car, the Lancer Evolution X. For that, we have 2 new race events unlocked. So I'm going to take on this preview mission here. Oh, this is a car I like. This is a fun car to drive. Now, if I'm correct, I believe this car with the orange paint job is actually the race car shown on the box art of the game. No, actually, it's not quite the same one. Looks similar, though. Anyway, much like last time, basically just get from point A to point B before the timer runs out. This time, however, there was no penalties for hitting things. I mean, you are slightly... The game's mechanics do penalize you, because hitting things will slow you down, but it won't just add flat-out bonus time to your timer just because you hit things. So, not quite as strict. But the timer is a little less lenient. But, yeah. This thing just feels like a rocket ship when you're on these straightaways. Woo! Oof. That hurt. You know it would be quite an accomplishment to actually get wrecked on a time trial mission. Like, to take so much damage that you actually get your car destroyed before you reach the end of the finish line. I mean, obviously you can just ram into a wall over and over, but I mean, like, to actually just, to have that happen without really trying, it would just be the ultimate in bad driving. Well, wow, so much for my silver. I just came to a dead stop. Anyway, with that, our wanted level increases for the first time. Suspect. And we get a new car. The Camaro. We notice it says the Performance Series, while previous cars we've unlocked have said Sport Series. There are 5 different tiers of vehicles. So this is our first Tier 2 car. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna go back to the cop career and escape to the beach. 2 new vehicles available. I'm gonna use the Impreza at the slightly higher top speed and handles a bit more nicely on the dirt. Oh, I mentioned last episode that interceptors were like the boss fights of this game. Well, these hot pursuit missions are the regular battles. Honestly, I find these can be a lot more entertaining most of the time, though. As you have a bit more freedom to just go haywire and beat the crap out of your opponents, as opposed to Wow! Seriously, what is it with vehicles just hitting random cars without me even trying to do anything? Like, seriously. Yeah, so these first ones are pretty easy. Like, literally, you saw I busted one person that said pass. I've got merit for that. And if I can get this person, then I'll have... If I can get this guy, then I'll have a distinction. A distinction without a difference. Well, that didn't take very long. With these ones, with the interceptors, you have how long it takes you. With these, it's set on a distance. If you saw, I didn't really go over it during the event just because it went by so quickly. I didn't have time to talk about it. Actually, I'll go over it more the next time we get into one of those. It'll be a little more relevant. Anyway, with that, we rank up. I become a level 2 cadet. And get a new car. The Ford Concept. And another new car. The Porsche Cayman S. So let's see what we have. We have Blockbuster or Lightning Reflex. I'm just going to get the Rapid Response mission out of the way. I'm not the biggest fan of these, so I like to just do them as soon as I can. It's going to be raining, so I definitely want the vehicle that handles better on slippery surfaces, which would be the Impreza. So this is our first encounter with weather. As it's going to be raining. Some missions will be taking place in the rain, others will be taking place at night, and some... Oh, pardon me. Some will even be taking place with both rain and night. Making it harder to see, harder to keep traction, both. And, actually, this one's... That's interesting. It looks pretty dark for being... I guess it's like right at dawn, so this is actually a demonstration of darkness as well. It's kind of hard to see, but it's hard to really tell if you can't actually feel the controls. But the car definitely is a bit more slippery now because of the wet roads. And as you saw right at the very beginning, it's starting to lighten up now, but at the very, very beginning, you could see that it was kind of dark as well. I'm actually going to turn the lights off because they're a bit distracting and make it harder to see the road in front of me. Woo! Duck and weave. See if I can do this without hitting anything. Now that I've said that, I'm gonna hit something. Oh god, I still have 9 kilometers left. I'm gonna be hard pressed to do this flawlessly. So far so good, but we'll see how long that lasts for. Whoop. That was cutting it a bit close. One thing I really like doing with nighttime is something I like to call ghost driving, which is when you get a car with a really dark paint job, like painted black. Most police cars work, or just a race car painted black or really dark gray. Drive around in the night with all your headlights and sirens if you have them turned off, and like find an area. Well, there goes my flawless run. Find an area with very little lighting, like a backroads area. Oh, damn it. One thing I like is that once you've gotten the penalty, you have a little bit of leeway. Like, you'll see I hit the hat truck, and then I hit the van immediately after, but I only got 1 penalty and not 2. It's kind of like invincibility frame, sorta. So, it's a nice little leeway, so you can't just stack up a whole crap ton of penalties. And notice I'm speaking a little quietly there. Whoa! Damn it. Speaking a little quietly, I'll try to raise my voice a bit more. As I said, I was getting over being sick, so I can't talk quite as loud for as long. But I'll do what I can. Getting pretty close to the end here. Not too badly. Okay, good. I hate when you have these high roof cars and you're going up a hill. Holy cow, that was close. I hate when you have these high roof cars and you're going up like a hill. You like can't see in front of you at all. I seriously keep lifting my head up, trying to look over the car. Ah, come on. Just get this done with. Yeah, I keep like trying to like sit up more and like look up, trying to like look over my car. I'm like, that doesn't work. It's kind of like one of my friends that they live somewhere else, so we don't really get to see each other too often, but we like to Skype, and sometimes what would happen, like whenever I'd like duck off to the side of the screen, he'd always like, it's like actually like try to like look over to try to see me, even though I went off screen, like thinking that he could like get in view. Like obviously he didn't actually think that he could. It was more just an inherent instinct and then a face palm. Anyway, this video is running on 19 minutes now, so I'll do one more title fight. Introducing another new type of event, the Duel. And so the Duel is an interesting, Wicked White. Interesting. The Duel is kind of a cool one because it's just you and one opponent. So, definitely makes the event a little more. I find duels a bit more competitive because it's like they're like rival battles almost. Trying to battle just one opponent. And no, you cannot take down your opponent in this fight. You can only do that in hot pursuits. And you can try to bang them around a little bit, but it's not really going to get you anywhere. Even less so than doing takedowns. Because at least those will put your foe behind you a bit. I got a little disoriented there. Where the hell am I going? Oh, what the? Well, that's my first crash. I think that just the act of being on a shortcut gives you nitrous. It's kind of nice. And I'm gonna try to catch up. I have like 6.5 kilometers left still, so I have plenty of time to catch up. 2.5 seconds behind. Alright, that's not too bad. It's not 2.5 bad. That was horrible. That was just absolutely atrocious, as far as puns go. I'm gonna switch to the song. I don't like this song. Whoa! Oh yeah, one thing you actually can do is, if you have any, music on your PlayStation, you can use your own playlist for the song, for the game, as opposed to the music the game provides. I'm not gonna do that. What's really weird is that if you switch to the game's music, it will play your music continuously even on menus, as opposed to the real game's music, which only plays during races. It's really weird. I don't understand it. Plus, a lot of people hate my taste in music, and I don't want to turn people off of my videos by playing music that they don't like. Oh yeah, granted, I did that in one episode. I did play one song that's kind of a reflection of my taste in music in an early episode of The Blob. I listened to a lot of Vocaloid stuff, but to be fair, that one episode, it was fitting. Using Miracle Paint. Anyway. Also, I don't even have that many songs on my PlayStation. I am getting so off track. Victory is mine. Got one new award, a new car. The BMW Z4 S-Drive 35IS. That's a mouthful. And with that, we're going to end this episode off here. Zatum Bacon, signing out.